Alright, what's up guys? It's That Tall Guy here, and I'm going to do a couple things. I am going to bring you a review, but I have to put some things to rest here. In my Sucker Punch review, first off, I was a little scatterbrained there completely, but that was a hard movie to review. I don't care what anyone says. You can hate it, you can love it, you can do whatever you want. However, I do have a script, kind of, not really at all. I'm doing this from my head, and I'm seeing what I can remember, but I'm going to give my final verdict on Sucker Punch. I rounded up on the review because I'll just kind of give it here. I would give it a 7.5 out of 10. And I didn't know if you guys would want me to round up or round down or do anything, so leave a comment saying that, because for this review I'm going to be incredibly specific. I would give Sucker Punch an exact 7.5. Now, I'm going to go over the pros and the cons, and I'll probably list them as well. Pros of this movie were, I love the storyline, even though it was incredibly complicated. But once you got that storyline, you got it. It was fun. It was entertaining. The action was great. Choreography, the setting, just the special effects. It was a technically amazing movie. And creative, I liked it a bit. Now, for the bad, a lot of the acting was bad. And I mean, I think Jenna Malone, Isaac Oscar, I think that's his name, and John Hamm were the only three good actors slash actresses slash actors actually. But yeah, I did not find much of the cast very intriguing. I hated Emily Browning. I think everyone can say Emily Browning was awful, but I'm not going to bash her. She's just not that great of an actress. So that's just the. But I did have a lot of problem with the acting, and the dialogue was very. It was kind of dumb, even. It was really. It was not confusing. It was just stupid. It was just stupid. That's the best way I can explain it. It was stupid. I did have a couple other cons, but they were minor. Like some things didn't fit, but that's understandable. It's like Inception, which I loved. It's not. It's in my top 20. God, I'm getting Nova gassed. Bam. Okay, that's the last one I'm going to talk the gameplay. I go 18 and 10. Okay. I did have some problems with the plot. I did not have that many overall problems. Not as many as most people are saying, and that's kind of it. A lot of the comments about it are kind of stupid, in my opinion. They have information to back that up. They have evidence, but it's an opinion movie. Like, not everybody's gonna like it. That's the problem with it. It's some people will love it, some people will hate it. But that is my final thing on Sucker Punch. 7.5 is my review. If you want me to do like 7.5, or how specific do you want me to go with these gradings? Like 7.5? Do you want me to go halves, whole numbers, or decimal places, or how much out of 100 I think it'd get? How just someone leave me a comment saying what kind of grading system they'd want. Now moving on to the main thing. Or yeah, I'm just gonna go over the cons because I have a feeling there's gonna be confusion. Great story. I like the story, even though it had problems. I like the story. I like the idea, and I liked the action, the technical aspects. The cons: acting was pretty bad as an overall thing. Dialogue was very cheesy in some parts, and just there were plot holes. So final verdict, 7.5 out of 10. Now, moving on to my main review, earlier today, I just saw Limitless with Bradley Cooper, De Niro, and some chick whose name I will never remember. Now, Bradley Cooper is basically, he's this guy, he's a down-and-out writer, he's depressed, he got married and it was a short marriage, she left him, and his dating situation is falling apart on him. His girlfriend's leaving him. He hasn't written a word of his book. He's a writer and he can't write a book, and his life's just falling apart. And he runs into his ex-brother-in-law, who gives him this pill, says it's been clinically tested, it's approved and all that, it's legal, and he takes it, and it lets him access all of his brain. It clears his mind, and it makes him basically a genius. Now, this does come with an addictive feature. It comes with risks that he learns later in the movie. It comes with all of these flaws, and I liked the movie. I thought I'd seen it before was the problem. I'm gonna start off with cons in this movie. Con number one: the pacing was so bad. There were scenes where it was really an intense scene, but it was killed because, like, the scene before, the scene after, it was just awful. And it was the slow scene. I'm like, wow, can you not have any? What was the direction? It was just it was unsynchronized with the problem. And that was a killer for me. I liked the movie. It was a killer. That was the main flaw. The other thing was there were a lot of unnecessities, and some things just didn't make sense. For example, these are all going to be spoilers. Well, first off, you never understand why the ex-brother-in-law gives him these pills to take. It's like he just gives it out of his goodwill. Why would you do that? That makes no sense whatsoever. Another thing, Robert De Niro, I loved him. I didn't understand how he figured out at all. That was my question. It's like he bought the company and he figured it out. Well, it was something really small and it was underground, so how would you figure it out? My favorite one was in the chase scene, how his girlfriend, literally, she has the choice of taking the hedge clippers, a baseball bat, which was not even supposed to be there. I had no idea why he had that baseball bat. It was so weird. And then she had ice skates. A girl on ice skates, and she uses the girl on ice. What? She uses the girl on ice skates. That made no sense to me. It was awkward, which was a huge problem with this movie. There were a couple other things, because I really don't want to go into all these problems. If you have any questions about other plot problems, message me. I might make another video going into the problems of it, but that would be really spoilerific. So I'm not going to really go into it. Now, the pros of this movie. I loved the concept. That's what made me want to go to this movie. It was a great concept. I really liked this idea that he was limitless, and yet he could still have these enemies that would be after him, and it was nice. Another thing, I'm a huge Bradley Cooper fan. Love The Hangover. I really like The A-Team, which I think this movie took a lot from in terms of the action scenes. I feel they were very similar, and that's something I had that was wrong with it. But I'm not gonna get into that. I just felt like I'd seen it before. I loved De Niro. I always loved De Niro movies because De Niro is amazing. And then I loved the thing that made this movie really good for me was the ending. And so I'm going to go over cons, or actually, no, I'll start with pros. Love the general basis. Love the cast. Love the acting. The acting was I thought it was pretty good in this movie. Cons, felt like I'd seen it before. There were a lot of problems with the plot, and I just didn't understand some things that were kind of stupid to me. But overall, I'm going to give Limitless a 7.8 out of 10. So that's it. I'm out. Peace.